Hey guys, it's me, Tweeters G12, and today I'm going to rate all the newest movies I've seen in 2025 in the movie theaters. Also, this is my Letterboxd account, by the way, and let's get into the video. For last place, I think it is The Amateur. The Amateur had a really actually good cast. It had the person that plays Superman, Lois and Superman, and also has Rami Malek and that one guy that's in the Matrix. The reason why I don't like it at all is because it's really, really boring and it has such a boring plot and it also just looks horrible. It's just such a boring movie and nothing happens, Nothing really happens the whole entire movie. Like at the end, it's like, oh my god, he killed all the bad guys that killed his wife. But it's not that deep. It's just a horrible movie. And honestly, if you like it, I understand how you can like it. But for me, it's just not it at all. For second to last place, it is Jurassic Park, Jurassic World Rebirth. I do think the cast was pretty good, especially Scarlett Johansson. But everything, to the acting, to the young girl that's in the movie, it just was so buns. It got me mad. It was like, oh my god, this acting. No, there's the dinosaur. I could do better, and I don't even do acting classes. That is not the best way. I do think the Mahershala Ali guy, he is a very overrated actor because everybody says he's such a good actor, but I don't think that. He's a good actor. He's a little overrated, but he was still a really good add-on to the cast. I did really like the plot of the movie, and I really did like the idea of like how they had to do that stuff, and like the big twist villain was that guy that got really signed up for it. But I do think that was a good plot, but just the acting was the worst acting I've ever seen in a movie of all time. Third last is The Naked Gun. Personally, I understand how you could like the movie because it was sometimes funny even from my point of view, but personally, it had old people humor, and old people humor is just not it at all. So I think I would understand why you liked it, but was just a so quick movie. It was so rushed. 5 minutes of it was just a snowman. A snowman? Like, what does that have to do with anything about the story? The movie almost would have been an hour long if that wasn't in the snowman sequence wasn't in the movie. I do think that like the idea of the movie being sarcastically goofy is good, and I do want to see the first three movies is because those are supposed to be landslides better, or they look landslides better than the newest one. Also, I do think that acting in the cast was kind of mid, and personally, I understand why old people think that Pamela Anderson's attractive, but she looks like she has a facelift at like 7 years old, and that just does not look good at all, in my opinion. And also, Liam Neeson, he's a good actor, and it's kind of embarrassing, is because he should be doing better things like that, is because Liam Neeson is a good actor, but being in a goofy, not realistic comedy movie that most people like, it's just, I don't know. The fourth worst movie I have seen is from 2025 is The Accountant 2. The Accountant 2 is just a bland action movie that has nothing besides John Bernthal and Ben Affleck. That's all it has. And that's a good cast, but I personally thought the first one was also a lot more bland that I thought, and the second one was just way more exciting, you could say, but nothing really happens in the movie besides the end sequence, and it's really just a boring movie that has nothing special out of everything. I really like Jon Bernthal is because he really knows what he's doing in acting, but I kind of wish he has more range in acting is because every single one of his roles, besides some of his roles, are always this like characters, you know what I mean? Punisher, accountant in the Odyssey. Just there's a lot of movies where he doesn't really have a lot of range. I do think he's a good actor, just wish he had more juice to him, if you know what I mean. The final, and then the fifth worst movie is Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. Mission Impossible Final Reckoning is honestly a pretty good movie. Like, Tom Cruise is literally the best in it. It's such a good final end to the Mission Impossible. It has the highest stakes. I thought the water scene was way too unrealistic. He's in minus temperature water, 100 feet underground, and he's perfectly okay. Is not realistic at all. I do think the plane sequence is not realistic at all, because how was he? The plane's literally going 100 miles per hour and he's just withstanding it like it's nothing. I do think it's pretty unrealistic, but the movie itself is really like thought out and it's really good. I do think that one pickpocketer girl, I forgot her name. I just literally despise her. She is just the most annoying character ever, and she's better in the second movie, but not the first movie. I did not like her at all in the first movie. But the Titanic scene was really good. I like how the entity died. I liked how, like, Leo, I think his name is, died. And I literally do think that all of the Mission Impossible movies are really, really actually pretty good besides the second one. And it's definitely one of the best series of all times. Like, all the Spider-Man movies, they're all like, that's a good series, but they're all different things. And there's also like Star Wars. Star Wars is really good, but can't say that Mission Impossible. I think Mission Impossible is equal to Star Wars or even better, is because it's just all the movies besides the second one are just really good. The second best movie I have seen it's really a tie for first place, but I'm going to have to give it over the edge, is Superman. Superman is a pretty good superhero movie. Personally, I really think my favorite superhero movie is the Batman, the 2022 one with Robert Pattinson in it. That movie is just fantastic. You can't even say that I'm wrong. And I do think the Superman is a little bit of a comedic, good superhero movie, and it was really good. I do think David Cornsweet is a way better Superman than Henry Cavill, and I do think it was almost perfect where he got all that muscle to play Superman, and he also was he sounds like a really nice guy out of film too. I also do think that the movie had a really good villain with Lex Luthor. The actor, I'm just blanking on his name, did almost a perfect job at his 1A, like all the time. That was literally just so good, and I really like how the complexity of the movie and how much all the characters were added in were just like they had their own type of monument, like that one rock guy and Guy Gardner. I really like how they added Guy Gardner instead of Green Lantern. But for the best movie, I have to say it is F1. Let's just say I absolutely think Brad Pitt's goated. I think he's definitely one of the most attractive actors of all time, and I do think he's an actual pretty good actor because all people say he got popular for was his looks. I really liked how the movie like actually showed the racing. Sorry about that. There was just a little beep. Back to what I was trying to say is that F1, I really like how it shows the racing, and I really think that Damson Idris did pretty good, and the love interest, she did pretty good. I think the acting was really good with Javier Bardem too. It just had a really, really, really good cast, and it was really exciting, and it was nerve-wracking too. It was like the suspense was like, oh my God, is he gonna get first? Oh my God, he gets first, he wins it. And I thought that was like a perfect ending to it, and I'm kind of happy that there's no second movie to it, because there should just, and it was a pretty good movie. I do think it was a little bit way too long. They should have at least had they had like 20 minutes of just like too much. It was like 3 hours long, 2 hours and 30 minutes, and it should have just been 2 hours long. Is because it was way too long, and it was just way too long to get to the point. It was just really not the best way to prove that that racing is that good. And I really like how they also had actual racers like Max Verstappen and the one guy, I just blanking on his name. I don't really know a lot about racing, but I really just do like how they did that stuff where they had a good cast, a really good cast. They also had a good idea, and just having it thought out where they know what they're doing and they know what they're trying to do. My biggest complaint though, and this I already told you what it is, it's just it was such a long movie and it shouldn't have been. And maybe that's just a little hot take, but yeah. So, yeah. These are the ratings of the movies I've seen in 2025, and I still got 1, 2, 3. Well, it's February, and we still got 4 months left of movies left. So I will make a part 2 about it, and I'll tell you guys to just watch part 1 if you want to. And those are my ratings. You can go to my Letterboxd account. It is Pweeter12, and if you see this video, please give it a follow. And if you haven't given a follow yet, just see the ratings I've done, because I've done plenty of ratings. So bye guys. Sorry guys, I kind of forgot about the 2 minutes that I have. I'm sorry about that. Next time I'll actually remember it, but the other 2 films I saw were Fantastic Four and Happy Gilmore 2. For Fantastic Four, I'll put like a final rating down, so at the end of the video, but Fantastic Four is in between The Naked Gun and Accountant 2. The Fantastic Four movie, it had really, really, really wonderful visuals. It looked like almost as good as Interstellar, and that's really, really good thing to say. I really do think that it's kind of sad, because personally I did not like the movie really that much. I thought that Pedro Pascal did good. I thought it took way too long. I really hated the pacing of the movie. It was too short, I meant. I really despised the pacing of the movie. Like, it was like winter, 1 month, and then 5 minutes later, it's springtime. It doesn't make any sense. It's like I wish it had more time to explain everything. It was just way too rushed. And I personally did not like it at all. And I also thought it was really goofy why I had the with the stupid rock slide side part. I mean, add on, because that was just wasting time, because I had zero reason to be in the movie. And he should not even really be in the movie at all, is because he was so useless. So I really thought that the only two important characters were Sue Storm, Reed Richards, and Johnny Storm, or whatever his name is. Oh yeah, I also forgot I saw Weapons too. And that's not a good thing. I just forgot 3 movies. That is not good. The next movie I'm going to rate is Happy Gilmore 2. I thought it was an actual pretty good comedy movie that was not really that funny, but it was actually a pretty good movie. I really liked Oscar. I thought Bad Bunny did actually really good for his type of thingy, and I really also thought that the movie was just a good movie. I really liked how he lost all his money after his wife died. That was a really good add-on. I just really thought it was a very solid movie. I do think that goofy beer joke was not funny at all, even the first time. The first time it was actually pretty funny, but after happening 100,000 times more, that is not funny at all. But I do think that the movie is good. I don't think the movie was perfect comedy movie like Superbad or something, but I do think it was a very good. It wasn't really that funny. I really liked how they added the Maxi guy and the twist and stuff like that. I do think it was very, very solid. The final movie the final movie I have seen is Weapons. I do think Weapons is not scary at all, because it was portrayed as a horror movie and it more felt like a comedy movie the whole entire time. And I'm not saying that's a good thing, because personally I'm not the best fan of horror movies. I've only seen a couple movies, but they're not the best movies of all time. So when I think of horror movies, I'm talking about slasher movies, but this was more like a psychological horror movie, and it was just kind of overwhelmingly mid sometimes. I mean, I do think that the ending just made the movie so much worse, is because one simple reason, and the one simple reason is that there is no reason why they made the ending a comedy movie, and it was not a good idea for it. And I really like Josh Brolin. I don't like really the girl a lot, because she's kind of sassy and stuff like that. And I also kind of wish that they went more thought out on the aunt, or I meant the aunt, is because, or the grandma, I think it's the grandma, is because that just made zero sense. Why is a stick with thorns on it able to control 17 kids? That doesn't make any sense. I wish it was way more realistic, and I meant not realistic. I wish it just went way more thought out. Is because 1% of it was thought out, where they just start stabbing themselves. They start doing all that therapy, and you find out that Alex is the one that didn't get possessed. Oh, it's pretty obvious. It's just really obvious, actually. And I thought the movie was good, but was it great? No. I just wish it was more scary. I really liked how they added the perspectives, though, with all those other characters. I don't know why the cop was in it. The cop was such a useless part, but every character that gets that type of feeling, that's good. I really like that part. That's probably the best part of the movie. But yeah, those are also 3 movies I forgot to do. Sorry about that, guys. This is the real ending. Real ending. Bye, guys. Make a part 2 sooner or later. This is very embarrassing, but I forgot one more movie. So, the first 13-minute video, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I forgot 4 movies. And the final movie is Heads of State. Heads of State is a solid, actual, pretty good comedy movie. Like, I really like John Cena. I really like the Idris guy. Idris Elba, and I really thought it was an actual pretty good comedy movie. Is because people say it's such a bad comedy movie, and I actually thought the action was pretty good. But I'm gonna make this a quick one, and I also thought that was pretty good too. So yeah, this is the real goodbye, 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 please.